Nsfas applications for 2026. That means if you want to study next year using Nsfas, either you're in matric or you're in gap year or you're upgrading, watch this video. Nsfas applications for 2026 are not open as yet, but we are doing this video to help you avoid messing things up before the applications even open. Today we have a few things to talk about, so you might want to save this video to remind yourself some of them. The first one is so important that it is number 0. It's not even number 1 on the list, it's number 0. You might have heard people saying Nsfas applications are open. Those are Nsfas applications for 2025 second semester. They are not for next year. So if your intention is to study next year, first thing, don't create an Nsfas profile as yet if you don't have it from last year. Do not create an Nsfas profile at the moment before September or before we announce that the Nsfas applications are open. And for you to know that, you're going to have to follow this page. Or one other way to check that is to check on the Nsfas website. Once it says 2026 applications are open, then is when you can start. As for now, before September, do not create an Nsfas profile or Nsfas account. Do not. The second thing is that when the date for opening of applications for 2026 gets closer, okay, we will start posting about 2026 Nsfas applications before they even open. Once that time comes, you will gonna have to take a pen and a paper. Listen, a pen and a paper, and then you're gonna have to design a password. You're gonna have to write down a password. So a good password should have about 10 characters. So in your password, you should make sure that there is a capital letter, a small letter or lowercase letter, and a special character. Special characters are what you are seeing here on the screen. You will have to write that down on paper a couple of times and then cut down each password and hide it somewhere in your house. Hide it somewhere in your house, not on your phone. Not on your phone. You will lose your phone by mistake and then you will have lost your password. So you will have to design a password, write it down. It must have a capital letter, some lowercase letters, and some special character or a number. Then you will design your password and keep it on a safe place. Second point, once the applications are officially open for 2026, you will then create an Nsfas profile or Nsfas account using the password that you would have designed. Then you will then put it on the system, and the system will ask you to repeat the password to confirm it. Then you would be watching it from in front of you from the paper that you would have written. Then use that password to create a password for your profile. Okay. Once you've created your profile, you click create profile. They will ask you, before that they will ask you some couple of questions, and then you click create profile. After clicking the create profile, you will get an OTP or a one-time PIN, which is like 4 or 5 digits number that you will have to enter on the system after clicking create profile. Once you enter the OTP, the important thing about this point is that do not close the browser. Do not close the browser. Alright, if you are using Google Chrome or you are using Safari, after putting the OTP, which will be sent to you via SMS, you put it to confirm that you are the rightful user of the cell phone number that you entered on the Nsfas profile in the email. Do not close the browser. That is the most important thing about point number 2. Point number 3. After you've entered the OTP, then the Nsfas website will automatically take you to the login page. It will require you to log into the account that you've just created now. But remember, the most important point of point number 2 was that you should not close the browser. So far you are still in one session or browsing session. So you're going to have to log in again with your ID number and the password that you've just used to create a profile. Immediately after logging in with those 2 details, the Nsfas portal or website will ask you security questions. Make sure you answer these security questions. The security questions are questions that you answer according to anything that you want, but you should make sure you remember them and be honest with them. Use like real information. You are expected to answer 3 security questions out of 5. One of them is like, who is your eldest cousin? Who is your siblings that lives in the nearest town? Or in which town were you born? Answer those. Or what is your childhood nickname? Answer those as honestly as possible. And then once you've answered them, then you can log out. If you log out before answering the security questions or just after putting the OTP, the next time you log in, if you don't do that in one browsing session, the next time you log in, if you close the browser, you will not find security questions. And should it be that in the future, or you try to apply and you get stuck on the application and you log out and you forgot your password and you didn't do the security questions, then by the time you log in and you say you forgot password, the first thing that the Nsfas portal will ask you is security questions. And if you didn't do those, your account is blocked. Forget about Nsfas at that point. So it's important to not close the browser at stage 2 and then log in on that browser. Just click the login button and then put your login details in the same session and then answer the security questions. From that point, you can log out as many times as you want and log back in. Should it be that you forget the password, well, the first thing that you have to do is to go to that paper that I said you must write. There is no point whereby I said you should throw that paper away, so you keep it with you. But should it happen that you are in a position or at a place whereby you don't have that paper and you forget your password, then you do the security questions. You can reset your password with security questions. Point number 4 is that in any document that you will be using for Nsfas to apply, which is an Nsfas document, like the consent form and the declaration forms, the vulnerable child and disability annexures, make sure that whatever Nsfas form you are using, on the bottom right corner, it is written APP 2026. That means Applications 2026. If it has APP 2025, it will be a wrong version. It will be an old version. So even if it's APP 2024, 2023, any years that have passed, including 2025, that will mean it's an old version. So yours should have APP 2026. If there's anything extra, it should be APP 2026 V1, which shows it's version 1, or V2 for version 2, just in case they edited the form. But yours should have 2026 at the bottom right corner next to an APP. But don't worry, once the official forms for 2026 applications are open, we will post them on our website.